Right now, we are about 5 minutes away from getting to our first stop of the day, which is a press conference for just the Texas athletes. So it'll be me, Ariel, and Abigail. So I'm really grateful for this opportunity. It's like an hour long, and it'll be with like the CEO, with Dawn from CrossFit, as well as like some other I guess higher up CrossFit people, and it'll be with like the local news, and hopefully, you know, we'll be able to spread the word about our personal stories, but CrossFit in general. Stop number 2, we'll be going to orientation today, so we'll get to see the venue. We'll talk about, I'm assuming some of the events for tomorrow, the athlete briefing. I don't know all the events, but I know one of them is the run and swim, which is early in the morning tomorrow, and whatever else they want to share. Some information they share, some they do not. We'll see. And then after that, I'm going to go work with one of my favorite body workers. His name is Dr. Lenny. I've been working with him since 2018. He lives all the way in Boston, so sadly I don't get to work with him year round, but every time I go to CrossFit Games or like a major competition, he's usually there, and he is very special. He is very smart, very intelligent, very intuitive, so I'm excited and grateful that he gets to be here this year. And then after that, probably just relax at home, or not home, at the hotel, and just do some recovery protocols, get my back in a good place, get my head in a good place. I might do like a quick sauna session just to end the night, and then get ready for tomorrow. It's going to be an early morning, probably have to get up at like 5:30. And it's going to be a long day tomorrow. I think tomorrow is going to be one of the longer days. So yeah, just got to get mentally prepared for that. And that's kind of like part of the games is, yes, there's a huge physical component, but there's also the mental component of all the ups and downs that come with the day of competing, and then kind of lowering yourself back down, competing again, just events throughout the day. So just have to be able to go with the flow.
Dawn, Bethany, or excuse me, Abby, Bethany, area.
Perfect.
So we're going to be good to go in about 30 seconds. There's 2 waters on your chairs. Great. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here.
Next to Abby is Bethany Flores, a mainstay over the last decade of CrossFit Games competition, who was from Austin, Texas, now lives in LA. What's it like to come back to Texas to compete? Yeah. And what's different about your approach to the games now than your first games appearance back in 2017?
Yeah, yesterday I was talking to my manager, and I was just like, oh, it feels so right to have it here in Texas. Like, it just feels so good. So I'm really excited to, well, technically I live in LA right now, but born and raised in Austin, Texas, lived here for 27 years, and Texas is a very special state. It's, especially now moving out, being away from it for a couple of years, I'm like, the people here are just so amazing, and the facilities are amazing, so I'm super excited to be back here in Austin, or I wish it was in Austin, Texas, in Texas. And so my approach over the last couple of years, it's crazy to say that I've been doing this now for 7 years. I'm like, oh, wow, okay. It goes fast, first of all, it goes very fast. But I think the first couple of years, I really took things for granted. And there was a lot of abuse that I was putting my body through, and neglect, and just being so rude to my body and to myself, and just saying ugly things. And I think the adversity that I've been through the last couple of years, like 2021, it was amazing. Like getting first to semifinals, so cool. And then getting into the games and getting COVID. That was like, oh, okay, that sucks. And then the following year, being out the whole year with my back, that was really tough and a big pill to swallow. But I'm so grateful for those 2 experiences, because it's allowed me to take ownership of a lot of things that I was not taking ownership of. And there was a lot of abuse, like I was saying. It's just something that I've been working on, and so my approach now compared to back then is that it's just being really proud of like the progress I'm making. And a lot of people are saying this is like a comeback, but I'm like, that really doesn't embody everything that's gone on. I like that word because, yeah, it's a comeback, right? But I'm not coming back. For me, it's more, I'm overcoming. It's an overcoming moment for me. So I'm not coming back as the same person as I was 17, 18, 19, even last year. There's a lot of stuff that I'm overcoming, and it's just being really proud of the progress I'm making and just seeing all the little wins that come on a day-to-day basis, like not taking that for granted. So that's kind of like the whole part, like point of this weekend is to really focus on that. And like, I think anybody, even if they're at their fittest, can be like, oh, I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that, or whatever. But it's not about comparing, it's just being really proud of the progress I'm making. So that's the goal this weekend.
That's great, and congratulations on getting to that point in your career, and welcome home.
It's really hard.
You don't want to be like prideful or selfish, but like we don't get a lot of moments, especially in CrossFit, to tell our stories. So any chance that I get, I'm going to take advantage of it. So I took advantage. And I'm long-winded too, so sorry, not sorry. I just wish that Randy was here to see it. I did an oopsie. I forgot my credentials at home and I need it for the next part, and so he had to go back, so he couldn't stay here and watch me. But I know he was there in spirit, and he can watch it later on camera. But it's always different live, so, and he's a huge part of like me coming back and like having all of this wisdom and knowledge and discernment. Like I owe it to him, so I like it when he's able to see like this part of the stuff, like reaping the benefits of all the hard work, like the behind the scenes stuff, that happens. But he's doing a good deed for me. And he knows this is just a part of like Bethany. She always forgets stuff, so he knows what he signed up for. But I always feel bad when I do that stuff because it happens very often. The mayor sends her condolences for not coming, but she sends pins with longhorns on them.
We're filming. Take a right and go left, and you're going to walk right into Duke.
Yeah.
You guys know event 1, you know event 3. You do not know event 2. Event 2 will feature an implement or an item that is common in CrossFit, but something we typically don't use in the CrossFit Games. It's also going to feature something we've never used in the CrossFit Games on a tire. The sledgehammer. So we've used the sledge a few times in the CrossFit Games, but never on a tire. This will be the first time in the CrossFit Games that we use a sledge on a tire. So, 1, go, and they're going to perform 50 swings, alternating arms, 50 impacts with the sledgehammer. We will go over brief movement standards at the end of this, but I will tell you now, the only thing we're looking for is the sledge directly over the head and in line with the head, alternating arms every rep. 50 swings, the impact on the tire does not matter. If you hit it a little harder as he is, you'll get a rebound. They are going to go to 50 reps. If that happens, you do that. If it goes in the tire, you stop and pick it up and throw it out. Then you're going to flip your tire from this zone 5 times over, and that's 1 round. Event 2 is 4 rounds of time of 50 swings, 14 tosses, advance the tire. You can flip the tire or move the gear in any order that piece does not matter. All right.
Back to basic CrossFit.
Back to stomping grounds. We did hammer and tire all the time, like in 2016, 2017. So I remember when was it, 2017 when we did the hammer? Or was it 2018?
Yeah, 2017, your debut.
With the Wonder Woman symbol on the back of my hair. I remember my hands right here. I told Alexis when we got done with that event, I was like, they were so tight. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't move my hands.
It's going to be like muscles that you haven't used in that way.
So that's going to be really sore. I already know.
It's going to be so hard though. Yeah. Is it all biceps?
Sir, how are you? How are you? Good. Ready?
Like lower back.
Sledgehammer.
Back to 2017.
That's it, yeah. I don't really need any training questions, and then can we have fun? Like, to me, that's...
Us old people.
Yeah, I was like, there's not much coaching advice you can do at this point.
Just
so
emotional support.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Yeah.
We're our emotional support animals all day long. I'm so thirsty. Do you have a bottle? Dang, it's got an explosion. Oh my goodness.
No, you're not. No way. You're not.
Oh, hi. So I have water all over my. Oh, it's okay. And water on my hands. I'm so excited to watch you.
How are you feeling?
Good.
Yeah? A lot better than last year. That's good.
We're on the upward climb, guys.
Yes.
Upward
How are you?
climb. Good. How are you?
So good.
You look cute.
What's up, Bethany? How are you doing? So good to see you. Doing excellent.
Good luck, guys.
Thanks for
You
coming.
have fun.
Running back.
Orientation was good. They didn't do a lot of things, like, I don't know if they just forgot, but they definitely didn't take us around anything, like show us the venue. Like every year in Madison, even up until my last year, like we got shown the whole venue. And so I was like, okay, I guess we'll figure it out tomorrow. Where everything's at, like where's the warm-up area? I guess everything's in one place, so maybe that's what their thought process was, but I don't know. I think they were just so focused on like briefing the events that they just probably forgot. I mean, it's a lot to like manage and do, but yeah, some of the athletes were talking after and they're like, yeah, where's the warm-up area? I don't know where anything's at. I guess we were like in the stadium, so it's a lot smaller than I thought. Like the stadium itself it's small, but it's intimate, so it's gonna feel like all the energy. You're gonna feel all the energy. But that makes sense of why now in my head that was like sold out, because I was like, there's just no way we're gonna sell out a whole stadium. But it's a lot smaller of a venue than Madison, so that makes more sense. But it feels like there's not really going to be a bad seat in the house, which is maybe what they were trying to get across too. Like everyone's going to have a pretty good seat. But yeah, I thought it was good. We learned the second workout that we're going to do, which I think will be fun. It's just about being an athlete, basically. It's hammer hits on a tire, and then sandbag. It's like a 70-pound sandbag for women that you have to like toss over the tire, and then 5 flips for 4 rounds. So I think it's like 50 hammer hits and then 14 sandbag over the tire and then 5 flips. Yeah, everyone's hands are going to be so cramped up. It's going to be like a bicep workout. It's going to be a hinge workout. So it's going to be a spinal workout. So it'll definitely set you up for success the rest of the weekend, which that's what I like about the games, is like stuff like that, because like everyone can do the workouts. It's not about that. And I think that's from like a spectator's point of view, is like, oh, I can go faster than that person and what they're doing. But it's the ability to, one, be an athlete with the things that they're asking us to do last minute, because they're not going to tell you everything. And then 2, it's the accumulation of everything. So it's like your biceps are going to be blown up for basically the rest of the weekend. So how are you going to manage that for the next 4 days of competition and 12 events? So that's the difference between like doing a workout from the games later on and doing the accumulation of all 12 workouts in the given order that they're asking you to do it, and how does it affect you, and how can you recover mentally and physically. So I think that's the beauty that I like to call it, the beauty of the CrossFit Games, is managing that and managing your stress and managing the soreness that comes and the mental tiredness that comes. Like, we have to be there tomorrow at 6 a.m. So it's like, obviously you're gonna have to get up way before that to be prepared and ready. So like, how are you gonna do managing that for the rest of the weekend? Stuff like that. Anyways, that's my blurb, and I'm sticking with it. We are getting some body work done by the infamous Lunny, Dr. Lunny. I'm really excited because I haven't seen Lunny probably in a year. I only see him like around this time. I always feel like a little bit more at peace once I've like worked with him a couple of times, because my body doesn't trust a lot of body workers, just because like I've had back issues for 18 years now, so I've seen a lot of bad practitioners. But I trust my body with his hands and his work, so I'm always appreciative of that. Hello.
What up?
No.
You don't want those.
This sidewalk is. Oh no! I thought you were asking if we could use them.
Oh, you can't use gloves?
You can't use them. Oh. No.
Oh, I was asking because I was going to go to Home Depot and buy you guys all the
Oh
gloves.
no, you can't use them.
That's stupid.
Yeah, I remember in 17, I was like, this part just like.
I have a random question.
Yeah.
What's an exercise, if any, that you feel is often butchered by people from a PT perspective, or that you feel like most people should do without or go without? Maybe it's in CrossFit, maybe it's in general, maybe it's bodybuilding, powerlifting.
Like, are you talking about like GHDs or something?
Something like that you're just like, yeah, that we
don't
probably
do
shouldn't
that.
do that as people, or...
GHDs are probably not fantastic.
At least not the speed one.
Why is that? Just the
Competitive
extension?
range, flexion extension is just...
100.
Plus, like the momentum that's involved in it, it becomes very, especially on the extension side, is like very passive.
So
It's
you
like-
feel like that would be okay if it was slow?
Yeah. It would be better if it's slow. The problem is it's where are they getting that range from? So if it's a really short athlete on a really tall GHD, for example, the only way they're going to be able to get there is if they really hyperextend, and that's just going to jam all those joints down. It's going to put a lot of load through the spine, gently push out here.
And what's the added benefit? Like, there's no, the risk versus reward just doesn't make sense.
Exactly. It's really just trying to get there for the range over everything else.
Yeah.
Relax here.
But are things like high volume kipping probably that good for someone? Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
Especially because it's hard to keep so much tension at the bottom of that movement.
Yeah.
That's where you see a lot of impingement or labral issues sneak in.
Yeah. Honestly, a lot of end range dips as well, like bar dips end range.
Yeah.
I find people just load their shoulders really poorly.
Bar dips, straight?
Yeah. No, the scapulars.
No, like the.
Or just here?
Yeah, just here.
Like a horn or whatever?
Yeah. They're so tight anteriorly that they're just going to shove everything forward and just pinch their shoulders.
Yeah.
So on that point, high rep ring dips, kind of the same idea if you don't have the control of the range of motion, push. I tend to find that people jam up their shoulders pretty good on that. Relax here.
All right, thank you.
Shoot me a text tomorrow.
Sounds good. I feel like most of the time I'm just jammed up, and so I feel like he's usually just trying to get me unjammed from my left side is usually the side that gets jammed up. It's and which makes sense because that's what Dr. Loke says. It's you're here and then here and then here, and so that left side, the erectors all the way down from neck to glute, is usually just kind of on at all times. So I feel like most of the time that's his main goal, is to kind of loosen up that side a little bit. I like to pair it with the PRI stuff, so the stuff that I do get from Dr. Loke, because that's what I did last year and I felt like that was super helpful, because I feel like Lenny does do some activation stuff, but it's more about loosening up things, but I like to make sure that now that it's loosened up, it's in the right place.
Not happy.
I'm peeing myself. What's going on? She's so confused.
then you just go right back to normal. Alright, with the bagels. Where's the butter?
Where's the butter? Oh my
I'm
gosh.
trying to pee myself. I held it together. I almost peed my pants.
Oh man.
Where did that come from? He's like, alright, we gotta make this 3-minute video real quick.
All right, guys. Well, thank you once again for following this journey and another video that Lewis is hammering out, which I really, really appreciate. Tomorrow is the start. It is day 1. It's going to be a packed day for us. I think Thursday and Friday are going to be really busy for us, so there will be definitely a lot of content. But I'm excited to get started. It looks like it's going to be a fun day. Like we have the run and the swim for the first event, and then we have that hammer one that just came out with the sandbag and the tire flip, and then we end the day with good old Amanda with some snatches. So that'll be fun. Everyone's grip and biceps will be done. So thank you guys for watching, and catch y'all tomorrow.